Okay, so continuing the Gangnam style dance series, today I'm going to show some of the other moves that are done in the video, as well as show some bonus moves, so when you hear the song played for the 100th time, then you have something else to do. So, if you haven't seen the original Gangnam style dance lesson, then first click here to check it out. Otherwise, let's move on. So, the first move is the horse dance chase mode. Looks like this. Pretty simple to do. All you're doing is going into these front lunges like this, and just switching up your feet, throwing your hands down confidently each time you drop, just like that. So what I like most about chase mode, as the name implies, is it creates a lot of movement. So you can move around the club, you can move around your circle of friends, and some guys, if you want to blow yourself out, then you can chase girls around with it, or you might end up inadvertently creating the party. So, some variations on this, based on the look, is some Running Man variations. So the Running Man's a little bit different from just doing the front lunges. Most of you are probably familiar with it. Looks like this. So all you're doing is just shuffling a foot back each time, just running on the spot. Now, some hand variations you do on the Running Man to make it a little more funny, to match the song, is doing some chicken arms like that. Or one of my friends likes to do is a high five variation like that. He actually won an informal dance competition in a nightclub a few weeks ago. Looks like this. Again, create movement around with it. And I think the funniest variation I have on this move is to do it with the arms from the Carlton dance. That. The actual Carlton dance itself, it's pretty tricky. There's a lot of isolations in the dance move. But if you want to step it up just a teeny bit more, you might want to throw your whole body into it as you swing your arms. And maybe like isolate your head, kind of like a bobblehead doll. Again, you don't have to do it perfectly. Beginners, just throw your arms back and forth like this. It's meant to be funny and not taken so seriously. It's a cheesy dance move after all. The next move in the video, the hip thrust. One of the funniest parts of the video, the guy comes in and he just throws his hips out like this. So, what you're going to do is first come into a squat, and I notice a lot of beginners have some difficulty with this because there's an isolation to make it look funny. You don't want to move your upper body, and you want to keep the movement in your legs minimal. You want to try to keep all the movement in your hips. So try to keep your body still and just hips only. Just thrusting it from side to side. The guy in the video throws it pretty violently, giving it that really comedic effect that I like. But if you're a beginner, just try to get the hip thrust slowly first, and then mix in the hands, so you can move your hands up, hold them out, that, move them back down. So some variations on squatting. There's actually a lot, because squatting is not that great of a dance move, and anytime you get into a squat, it opens itself to a whole bunch of cheesy dance moves. So what Sai does is, from the squat, you can go into arm waves to high fives like that, mixing up with levels, going high, coming low. Or you might want to mix in the Elaine dance, so throwing in thumbs like that. Or maybe borrowing from some disco and pointing. So those are some variations you could do from a squat. Next, have disco. Guy dressed in yellow in the video comes in and he does these great disco points like that. So all you're doing, focusing on the legs first, You're just kind of ticking your legs in these side steps like that. Your weight's all in the center. So just try this first. And now, as you kick out one leg, you want to point out the opposite hand like that. And the other hand goes on your hip like that. So get this position and then switching it up like that. Switching it up, switching it up. So do this until it becomes automatic. Now once you have that automated, then what you want to do is mix up your pointing, kind of like locking where you point around. So you want to point around, you want to point up, to the side, point at people. So mix up your pointing. That. Next, you can do it in the switch up pattern. So just like the horse stance, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Just like that. Beginner variation on this is just to do it with one arm only. So you have one arm on your hip and only the other hand's pointing. And you're just going to mix up with levels, going high and then going low, coming back high, and at some point switching up your hands, that, and again doing levels, moving your hand up and down, just like that, smoothly. The one hand variation can also be done in a switch up pattern. So you go single, single, double up, one, one, double up. Great. And the final move I'm going to cover is just a variation on the lasso. So the lasso looks like this. Now we're going to throw in a whip like this. So you can either go into the whip like this, and if you want to make it a little more raunchy, which I don't always recommend, you can turn that into a spank like that. And if you want to step it up a little bit, then you want to throw in a lasso to a whip like that. Lasso, whip, lasso, whip. So that covers it. Again, don't take the move so seriously. What you want to do is have a lot of fun with it and create a lot of movement with those moves. Move around, share them with your friends, and try to create some more moves based on what I've shown today.